In the beginning, all of us, let us join our voice in saying, Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. I am grateful to the organizers for requesting me to speak for today's session for stories of Baba. Last time we had shared the some of the memories of Baba's Mandali. And we also learned regarding some of my experiences with some of them. Now today, I intend to speak regarding the Pune Bhajan Mandali. Now this Pune Bhajan Mandali was a unique group of youngsters, and it all started around 1950s, around 1950, when my father, Ramachandra Gadekar, he was transferred from Solapur to Pune, and that was in 1947, after the independence of India. So in Solapur, we used to have regular Baba meetings in our house. And my father would take great pains to invite different people to the meeting. And he would also invite different speakers to speak regarding Meher Baba. And when he was transferred to Pune, the same activity was continued. And he would invite speakers from Ahmednagar and other places. Let us begin the story after the independence of India, that is 1947. My father Ramachandra Gadekar was a government officer during the British Raj, and he continued to hold that post after independence. And in 1947, he was transferred from Solapur to Pune. And in Solapur, we used to have regular meetings, Baba meetings in our house, and different people would be requested, and different singers would come and sing. There was a well-known Kawal in Solapur, and his name was Krishna, and he was invited to sing Kawalis during birthday celebration of Meher Baba in Solapur. So the activity in Pune started in our house in 1947, when we were staying in one of the localities in Bhavanipet. And regular meetings would be held every Monday evening. And Baba's life and Baba's teachings would be explained to this small group of youngsters. The number of youngsters started increasing, and there were some youngsters who were very inquisitive and very keen to know more about Meher Baba. And my father would tell them the life and teachings of Meher Baba. And this is how it was in the year 1947, 48, and 49, so on. Around that period, bhajans would also be sung during the regular weekly programs. And one young boy, he came to sing the devotional songs in one of the regular meetings. He had a very beautiful voice, and he was singing with great love and devotion. and the devotional songs that touch the hearts of the people. And he was informed about Meher Baba, and when he had Meher Baba darshan, he resigned himself totally to Meher Baba, and he started singing bhajans of Meher Baba only. And later on, he began to compose bhajans of Meher Baba, and these bhajans he used to set to music himself, and he would sing these bhajans which were composed by him and set to music by him, and would sing in his beautiful voice. So this singer was Madhusudan, and Madhusudan was brought to Baba by my father Ramachandra Gadekar. And when he had his first darshan of Baba, he was totally dazed and he fainted actually. And Baba put his hand on his head and blessed him when Madhusudan had his first darshan. And with that blessing, Madhusudan began to get inspirations. And those inspirations and those waves of music came, and he began to compose the beautiful songs. And that is how Madhusudan blossomed into one of the foremost poets and singers in Meher Baba's darbar. Meher Baba would call him as my poet laureate. He was the chief poet in the darbar of Meher Baba. Madhusudan's voice was so nice, and soon when he started, he would start his singing, others would follow him, and he would sing solo bhajans as well as the group songs very effectively. And there were the youngsters who would join in the group songs, and this is how gradually a young group of boys and girls developed. They nucleated around Madhusudan, and eventually the group was formed. And then a time came to give a name to this group. And who were the members of the group? Madhusudan was the lead singer. Another lead singer was Ramachandra Gadekar, and the other members who would sing in the bhajan party would be my father, then Madhusudan's brother, Bahusaheb Deshpande, would accompany the bhajans on tabla. He was a tabla player, Bahusaheb Deshpande. Then there are other members like Vinayak Vavle and myself, that is Digambar Gadekar, Pratap Ahir. And sometimes instead of tabla, the Ramachandra Gadekar would sing with the accompaniment of dholak. And this dholak was played by Sadhuram. He was a beautiful player of dholak. And Ramachandra Gaekwad's bhajan accompanied by dholak by Sadhuram, they were a treat. Other members were Lakshmikant Thade, Krishna Bandelu, Narayan Bandelu, Kishan Thade, then Venkatrao Bandelu, Surendra Thade, etc. etc. And these were the male singers, and the female singers, they were led by Subhadra Bandelu, that is Venkatrao Bandelu's daughter. And another female singer was my elder sister Narini Gadekar. Then Shobha was there. Shobha was a small child at that time. And Hirabai, they also joined later on. So they were the female singers. And that is how this group evolved. And this group was very dear to Baba. And Madhusudan had sung in the Sahwas programs of Meher Baba. And these Sahwas programs were held from 1952 onwards, like the 52 Sahwas, 54 Sahwas, 56 hours and 58 hours and so on. And Baba used to like the music by the Bhajan Mandali. And Baba named the Bhajan Mandali as the Pune Bhajan Mandali. Now, generally in Marathi, a group of bhajan singers is called Bhajan Mandal, Bhajni Mandal. But Meher Baba, instead of calling it as the Bhajni Mandal, he designated the group as Bhajan Mandali. Because the word Mandali was very near to Baba. And last time we have seen how the word Mandali was very close to the heart of Meher Baba and how he had started calling his near. So in the same manner, this musical programs would start, and Baba would love this music of the Pune Bhajan Mandali. And he gave a chance to this Bhajan Mandali to sing before him during the service programs as I had told. Then later on, another important thing developed in Baba's ministry. And that was the development of the movement in the West, a new movement in the West. And that new movement was at that time, initially it was known as Sufism. Now, Sufism was a new school of thought, and it was very much popular in the United States, and the person responsible for this was Inayat Khan, Rahmat Khan Pathan. He established a group of Sufis in the West, and he expired in 1927. But the Sufi movement continued, and subsequently there were different followers. And around 1950, in the west coast of US, a Sufi group was developed. And when this Sufi group was led by one lady who was named as Rabia Martin. And Rabia Martin was a Murshida. In Sufi terminology, the head of the Sufi group is known as Murshid if he is a man, and Murshida if she is a woman. So at that time, Murshida Rabia Martin was initially she started the movement. Then Inayat Khan, and after Inayat Khan, I reduced. She was designated as Murshida. And Avidus was the one who was devoted to Meher Baba, and she would visit Meher Baba frequently in the 1950s. In the year 1952, a Sahwas program was held in Mehrabad, and Ivy Deuce was present in that program. Digambar Gadekar was also present in that program. And then Ivy Deuce requested Baba to give directions to the group of Sufis in the West who were following the path of Sufism. Accordingly, Baba agreed to give directions to the Sufi group in the US. And he asked that let a charter of the new organization be written. So accordingly, new charter was written, and Meher Baba, he went through the charter, and he he made corrections in the charter of the new school of thought, namely Sufism. And because Meher Baba had given directions to the Sufi charter, the organization was named as Sufism Reoriented. So that is how Sufism Reoriented came into existence. And according to the Sufi tradition, as I had said earlier, the head is a Murshida or a Murshid. Now coming back to Pune Bhajan Mandali. Pune Bhajan Mandali was a unique group, as I said, and Baba would love the singing of the Pune group. And at one point of time, Baba asked, Baba would specifically tell the Pune Bhajan Mandali, led by Madhusudan and Ramachandra Gadekar, to sing before Baba during the Savas programs. And I was one of the members of the Pune Bhajan Mandali, the original members. And Baba, once I remember in the 50s, Baba asked us to come for the Savas program, and we sang before that. And this went on for different Savas programs. And later on, what happened? Baba's women Mandali, they would often be told that Baba's Savas program were held in such a nice manner, and Baba gave this discourse and this message, and so many people had gathered, and it was such a wonderful program, and there was such beautiful music, and this music was sung by the Pune Bhajan Mandali, and the Pune Bhajan Mandali is such a nice group of singers, and they sing with so much love and devotion for Meher Baba. So this was conveyed to the women Mandali at Merazad. So after hearing this for a number of times, the women Mandali approached Baba and told Baba that, Baba, we have heard that you enjoy the music of the Pune Bhajan Mandali, and you often invite the Bhajan Mandali to the congregations in Mehrabad, and they sing in the men's group. But how is it that we have been deprived of the pleasure of enjoying that music of Madhusudan and the Pune Bhajan Mandali? And Baba looked at the women Mandali, and then Baba said that, yes, you have got a point. And he said that, yes, now that you have expressed the desire to listen to the music of Pune Bhajan Mandali, and there is my standing order that you should not step outside Mirazad. So the only alternative left with me is to call the Pune Bhajan Mandali in Mirazad and have them sing throughout the day. So when Baba said like this, the women Mandali were very happy. And they said, Baba, oh, you are so kind. And accordingly, the invitation was sent to my father, Ramachandra Gadekar, asking him to bring the Pune Bhajan Mandali to Mirazad to perform before Baba for the entire day. And when this news was when this letter was read out to the group, the members of the group started jumping. And they said, oh, what a great joy. Oh, we are so fortunate. Oh, Baba has asked us to come and spend the entire day with him in Mirazar and to sing before him. So we started preparing for the great day, and we started revising the bhajans, and then Madhusudan said that these would be the group songs and these would be the solo songs, and the solos would be sung by so and so people. And I was also asked to prepare one solo song. My sister Nalini also was asked to prepare one solo song. And of course, we would also sing in the chorus along with the group of the Pune Bhajan Mandali. So, Baba's invitation, and we have to go. So, then my father received a letter from Baba, and Baba wants to know the names of all the people who will come as members of the Pune Bhajan Mandali. So you make a list and send it to me. That was the letter written by Baba to my father. So my father took a piece of paper and a pen, and he jotted down the names of the Pune Bhajan Mandali. And he made a list. And then the list was shown to the Pune group. And then there were some people who said that, oh, please put my name also. I may not be a singer, but at least I sit behind and I just play the cymbals, this brass tal. Somebody said that, oh, I sit behind and I joined the chorus. So please put my name also. Somebody said that I play the triangle. There is a triangle instrument, and then you play the triangle. So like that, the list went on. And then the list became longer. And then when it crossed 30 or 33 or so, then my father said that all of us, we shall go, we shall charter a bus, and we reserve the entire bus, and then we ride the bus, and all of us, we can go comfortably for singing before Baba. And everybody was very happy. And then Baba had written a letter that you come to Mehrabad at 10:30 in the morning for such and such day and such and such day, and sing before me from 10:30 onwards till the late afternoon. So we were very happy. And then the list was prepared, and the list was discussed in the group. Those days, this regular weekly bhajan program would be held on Thursdays, or sometimes it would be held on Mondays also, on some of the shops. So when the list was made, then somebody said, oh, please put my name also there. But you are not singing, you are not a member of. But I just sing, I just sit in the group and I just listen and I sing the chorus also. So like that list went on. And then we were very happy. And the bus was engaged by my father. And at that time, this was around 48 or so, 48, 49. And the whole bus was chartered. And it was a brand new bus. And all of us assembled near the Pune railway station at 7:30 in the morning sharp. And then boarded the bus. When we saw the bus was brand new and we were very happy. We are traveling in a brand new bus. And then we inquired about the driver. And the fellow said that I am the driver. And then we asked him, oh, what is your experience? The driver says, like the bus, I am also brand new. So the driver was a brand new driver. He didn't have much experience. But we said, all right, we took Baba's name. And then we said, let us go. So 7:30, all of us assembled. We boarded the bus. And then somebody, latecomers were there. And I was one of the volunteers. So I would stand at the gate of the bus. And then I would ask people to get inside the bus. And I would say very loudly, board the bus, board the bus, like an obedient volunteer. So when the bus was full, then we started to our journey to Mirabad. It's 7:30, quarter to 8, we left. And Baba had asked us to come. We had gone halfway around, about approaching Shirur or so, and suddenly the bus stopped. Then the driver said, don't worry, I will see what is wrong with the bus. And he got down and then opened the bonnet, and they did something with the engine under the bonnet, and then he started and the bus started, and off we went again. After another 15-20 kilometers again, the bus broke down. And then the driver again said that don't worry, I will fix up the thing. So he got down and he put his head under the bonnet, and then after 5-10 minutes he comes and says, oh, there's something wrong. I do not know what is wrong with the thing. We may have to put a part on the bus, and then we'll have to send somebody to Pune, and this Swargate depot is there, and mechanic will have to be brought the part, and he will fix the part, and then the bus will go. So that is how it was. And the clock was ticking, and it was already 8:30, 9 o'clock or so. And then we were getting restless because Baba's time was there. 10:30 we were to report there to sing before Baba, sharp at 10:30. And here the time was running out and the bus was broken. So what is to be done? So we all started praying to Baba, and then somebody got down and opened the bonnet and tried to fix up. It started for some time, but another 10 kilometers or so, again it stopped. The driver went and looked into the engine, and he shook his head in despair, and he said that there is something wrong which I cannot fix. So I don't know what is to be done. We are so desperate. And then he said that somebody will have to be sent to Pune, to the depot, and the part will have to be brought along with the mechanic, and the mechanic will fix that part, and then the bus will. So, and the clock was ticking, and the suspense was rising. So somebody eventually went back to Pune, the Swargate depot, and fetched the mechanic along with the part. He came with the part, and he fixed the part in the engine, and the bus started. And when the bus started again, all of us jumped into the bus. And what did we say loudly? Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. And with this, the bus started. And then we eventually reached the Ahmednagar bus stand. And Adike Irani, Baba's secretary, was waiting there. And we were in the bus since 6:30 in the morning. And we saw this bus stand has come, and there was this restroom. So somebody wanted to go to the restroom. And Adi Kaka comes running and says, nobody get down in the bus, get inside the bus and follow me. So we had to rush back to the bus, and we followed Adi Kaka, Adike Irani, and he took the bus straight to Merazat. And when we reached Merazat, it was almost 10:30, and Baba was standing in the door of the Mandali hall, and he was as if waiting for us. So one by one we got down from the bus, and then we stood before Baba. Some of us immediately rushed to the restroom. And Baba said to us that I had called you to come here before 10:30. Now what is the time here? It was already 10:35. You are late by 5 minutes. Why? I have given you order and you have not followed my order. You have broken my order. So I don't want to see your face, and you get out from this place. And Baba looked at them and said, oh, stop this Rona Dona. I don't want to listen to this Rona Dona. And stop the drama. I don't want this. But you go home. Then Irach intervened, And Eras said that Baba, these are our Bhajan Mandali members. And see, these ladies, our women Mandali, they wanted to listen to their music because the men Mandali have listened to their music so many times, but the women Mandali have so far been deprived. So, especially for them, you have called them. So, Baba, it is none of their fault, and they tried their best. And Baba, you forgive them. Baba was still very angry. He said that, so what? If the bus had failed, they should have started walking towards Ahmednagar. And then I would have helped them. But they just stepped into the bus. What sort of obedience is this? Then all of us started crying again. Then Baba said, all right, because it is now I forgive you. Baba made these gestures. I forgive you. This is the gesture which is very well known to Baba. When Baba does like this, that I forgive you. But Baba said that do not make such a mistake again. You have broken my order once, but please see that you do not break it again. Then all of us nodded their head and we went inside the Mandali hall. And Baba was seated there. The women Mandali were on one side. Of course, there was Parda. And they sat behind the Parda. And in front of Baba, Madhusudan, and all of us sang. And Ramachandra Gadekar was there, Madhusudan was there. They were lead singers. And then the music started. And we sang and sang and sang. And that day is one of the most memorable days in my life. We did not know when it was lunch break. We did not know when we had our lunch, how we had our lunch, or what we had our lunch. And the singing went on. And the singing went on till late afternoon, 4:30, 4:45. The sun was setting and darkness was falling. And the stars were beginning to twinkle in the sky. And then Baba said that now we stop. We sang Baba's Arati. And when Baba's Arati we were singing, Baba's face was so serene and so serious. And he was totally engrossed in listening to the Arati. And after the Arati was over, we had Baba Darshan. Then Baba embraced each one of us. And Baba kissed each one of us on the cheek. And then Baba said that I am very happy that you have come. I am very glad that you have sung. And I especially called you so that the women Mandali would get an opportunity to listen to the music of the Pune Bhajan Mandali. And then we got into the bus. And then after we got into the bus, it was dusk. And Baba was there outside the bus. And what he did, he was carrying a lantern. And with that lantern, he took a round of the entire bus. And after he had taken the round of the bus with a lantern in the hand, Meher Baba said, now you can proceed. So we shouted again in loud voice, Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. And the bus started. And we continued to say, Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. And our bus spread to Pune. And we do not know when we reached Pune. That was one of the memorable journeys of Pune Bhajan Mandali, which I wanted to share with you. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai.
Yeah, thanks, Gadekar uncle. So our friend Ramachandran and our friend Merchant Nori, so he wanted to know about Dr. Ghani, as it was yesterday Dr. Ghani's reunion day with Baba. So he said if you could share something about Dr. Ghani, that's what he was saying.
Oh, yes. Dr. Ghani, his full name was Dr. Abdul Ghani Munsif. So he was a Langotiar, childhood companion of Meher Baba. And he had a property in Lonavala. So Baba's earlier meetings after Baba left Manjili Neem, then around 1922 or so, then he used to, during that period, he used to visit Lonavala and spend some time. And after 1923, when Baba left Mumbai, and he came to Mehrabad and established the ashram in 1923. So Dr. Abdul Ghani Munsif was a very learned scholar. He was a Sufi scholar, and he would explain Baba's philosophy to the Muslim groups, which is very unique because the Muslims do not believe anybody else than Allah, and they see that Allahu Akbar. That is, Allah is great. And for the people who are following Islam, it was rather difficult to accept Meher Baba. But that job was done by Abdul Ghani Munsif. And he used to go from place to place and speak about Meher Baba. He was a homeopath doctor, as I said, but he was a very good speaker. And he would be always dressed in full suit and tie, and he was bald, and he was having an unusually large head. So Baba's sign for Dr. Abdul Ghani Munsif would be like this. Baba would do like this. तो मोठ्या डोक्याचा कुठं आहे? मोठ्या डोक्याचा. So where is the person with the big head? And that was the sign for Dr. Abdul Ghani Munsif. And he spent his entire time for Baba's work. And unfortunately, around 1950 or so, he had suffered from a heart attack and he passed away in Pune. So I was present at his funeral. And Dr. Ghani and my father were very close friends. He used to visit our house very frequently. And both Dr. Ghani and my father would go to different places and deliver lectures about Meher Baba. So that is how Dr. Ghani was. Any question, please?
Thank you.
Kaka,
We have
Kaka, Gadekar Kaka.
Yes, please.
Very auspicious day today is the 21st August. It was the day in 1949. Ramachandra Gadekar has introduced Madhusudan to Baba exactly on this day, on 71 years, on 21st August 1949. He was accompanied by Kishan Tade, Lakshman Tade, Jagannath Keshav, Rangole, and Krishna Bandelu and all with on 21st August 19. So
And
today,
I was also
of course, because you are already in Baba's fold, so Madhusudan was introduced for the first time to Baba on today, and fortunately, Baba sent you to share on Bhajan Mandali on today. And also Ghani was also yesterday, Uncle Ghani has reunion with Baba on 20th August 1951. So both occasions, Baba sent you as his representative. I can say put
no
forth.
representative. See, all of us have to share Baba. See,
Of
there
course,
is no
but
representative of Baba.
because you have seen them on live. You have seen them with your eyes and where you are alive. But I have not seen Ghani. So that's the reason I always feel. Yeah. And most of us also, many of the youngsters, they doesn't know who is Ghani, Dr. Ghani, and who is Madhusudan, and who is Ramachandra Gadekar, who is Ramachandra Gaikwad. Most of them. That's the
That is
reason.
true.
We are grateful to you, Kaka.
No. We have to be grateful to Meher Baba,
Of
and we have to
course.
share Meher Baba with
Of course.
each other.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And we have next coming from Jeff. So Jeff has a question.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Jeff.
can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can.
Now, I don't know if this is venturing into maybe being a little bit personal, but what is your experience of Baba today, now? How would you describe that?
Baba's experience today.
No, your experience of Baba today.
My experience of Baba today.
Yes.
See, my experience of Baba today is that I remember Baba as often as possible, and I think about Baba. I read Baba's books, and I try to understand what Baba has written in his books, like discourses and Baba's biography, and spending time thinking of Baba and sharing Baba's love and stories with other people whenever possible. So that is how I I try to uh, I try to uh, I try to study Baba's philosophy and teachings and Baba's life in my own
Beautiful.
way. Yes, that is what I do. Uh,
Did he give you any instructions that you for your life today? I mean,
oh,
that you continued with your life today.
yes, yes. See, when very good question. When I was to go to the US, I went to Baba and I told Baba that I am going to Berkeley. And I was a young boy at that time, hardly 22, 23 or so. And I had passed my master's examination, topping in the university and standing first. And I was going to the US to study in Berkeley, UC Berkeley, for about a couple of years and for postgraduate studies in petroleum geology. So Baba was in Mehrabad. Baba was, first of all, Baba was in Guru Prasad when I passed the examination, and when I appeared for the examination. But by the time the result was declared, Baba had gone to Merazat. So when my result was declared, then my father sent a telegram to Baba that Digambar has passed MSc examination in geology in first class first, and he has stood first in the university. So this was a telegram which my father had sent to Baba in Merazat. And Baba replied to this telegram. What did Baba say? That I am happy that Digambar has passed MSc Geology examination in first class, standing first in the university. I hope that he passes in third class in obeying me.
Hmm.
That was the telegram which Baba had sent to me. What does it mean? According to my limited understanding, this means that whatever achievements one may acquire in one's life, but the paramount thing or the most important thing is the obedience to Meher Baba. This is what is my understanding. That's what Baba meant probably when he said that I hope that he passes in third class in obeying me.
Beautiful.
And of course, when I went to the US, Baba had gave me certain personal orders. As I said, the first order was not to smoke. The second order was not to drink. And the third order was not to touch any young girl with lustful intention. And the fourth, three orders Baba gave. And then Baba said that now I give you the fourth order. And then I looked at Baba and I asked myself that how many orders is he going to give me? He has already given me three orders. Then Baba said that now listen to my fourth order. So I looked at Baba and said, yes, please tell me what the fourth order. Baba said, my fourth order is you should write a letter to me every 15 days. So that is the promise which Baba extracted from me when I went to Berkeley. And I fulfilled that promise. And every 15 days, I would write a letter to Meher Baba from Berkeley. Initially, I was living in the International House in Berkeley. And from International House, I would send the letters to Baba. And sometimes I would get replies also from Baba through Erach. And those letters would come to International House. So when I went to the US last time, one of the Baba lovers said that let us go to International House and I want to see the letter box where Baba's letters used to come. So we went to the International House. We saw the letter box and that Baba lover, he he bowed down to that letterbox. So that is how it was.
And you had a certain non-paying guest once living at your house, right?
Pardon me? Yes,
You
yes, must. Yes. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Huh.
Or you might want to save that for next time if you want.
Oh,
When
yes, I
Baba,
will. Yes, now already there is so much time as I have taken more time as usual. So I apologize
Nicola,
for
happy to have you. We have ample amount of time. It's all about you shouldn't get tired. If you are tired and you really don't want to take it, let us know. There are a few other questions lined up. So we have a next question coming from Judy. So Judy, you had a question. You can ask now.
Yes. Hello, Digambar. Is he there?
Yeah, he's
Yes,
here.
yes, Judy.
Hello.
Hello.
It's morning here. Good morning. Good to see you again. Um, we know that it was your grandfather who had the great blessing of being able to make the very special set of sandals for Meher Baba, the ones that he wore throughout the 1920s. And even though many other sandals were offered to him during those years, he declined wearing anyone else's sandals, but only those made by your grandfather. Could you please tell us what you might be knowing about anything about your grandfather making the sandals, and more importantly, what do you feel is the importance of those sandals that were in the museum at Mehrabad for approximately 30 years as a central display, and their significance and why it was that he finally took them off one morning in, I believe it was 1931, when Baba John, who very, very rarely ever left her seat in Pune, took a car that day and drove to Mehrabad. And Baba, knowing that ahead of time, stopped wearing the sandals on that day. And as I never wore them again. So please tell us about those very special sandals that your grandfather made.
Oh, unfortunately, I have not seen my grandfather, and I have not also seen those sandals till recently. My father might have seen them, but my father, I do not remember my father having told anything more about those sandals which were prepared by my grandfather. So I'm sorry, I shall not be able to share anything more on this point.
Was I understand that your grandfather was a cobbler in Ahmednagar. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Ah, okay, but it wasn't something that was passed down through your family. What import Baba gave to those particular sandals?
Yes, Baba always, he wore those sandals, and Baba had explained many times. Baba has explained that sandals are worn in the feet, and they go everywhere. They go in the good place and the place which is not. They protect our feet from the dust. So that's why Baba gave more importance to the sandals.
Well, thank you. It's whether we know more about them or not, what a wonderful connection. It seems to me that of all the precious things that could be offered to Baba, from your family came those very precious sandals that so many of us that had a chance to be at Mehrabad have been able to see during the years at the museum.
That is true. That is true.
Jai Meher Baba.
Jai Meher Baba.
Okay, so next we have a question coming from Chris. So Chris can ask that, and I think that's the last question. So Chris, over to you.
Jai Baba, Dr. Gadekar, this is Chris Barker and Ann. And
Oh, Jai Baba, Chris. How are you, Chris?
Jai Baba, just fine. We are happy to see you. This is so wonderful to have you talking to us every 2 weeks. What a treasure.
Oh, it's my pleasure too. We have to share, Baba.
That's
with
right.
each other.
Well, we have a couple of questions. Ann had a question, and that question is, was Madhusudan a singer and music composer before he met Baba? And also that I was wondering, were you a singer before the Pune Bhajan Mandali started? Did you sing all of your young life? And did Baba tell you to sing?
Yes, you see this, as I have already explained regarding Madhusudan and his music. And Madhusudan earlier, he used to sing in the devotional songs, and he would also take part in the drama, and he would play a female role in the drama. And his voice was very nice. And so those days, the dramas would be musical dramas. So he would sing also on the stage while playing a particular part, a feminine part. And that is how Madhusudan's voice was very nice, very beautiful. What more did you want to know?
Were you a singer before when you were growing up? Did you do a lot of
Oh,
singing?
in our family, my father would sing bhajans of Meher Baba. And when we were small, my father had engaged a music teacher for my elder sister Nalini to give music lessons in Indian classical music and to train her to sing bhajans. And I would also sit along with my sister and listen to the teacher giving the lessons of music. So that is how I got my earlier lessons of music through my sister and through the teacher of my sister. And then when we used to meet Baba in the Savas programs and Madhusudan would sing, before that we used to make preparations and we would rehearse the songs. And the group songs we would sing and practice. So in that group song also I would participate. And Madhusudan would come to our house and compose and set music to some of his bhajans in our house. And he would sing in our house. And we would also sing along with Madhusudan. That is how I came to know the different bhajans of Madhusudan and their tunes and the music. I hope this satisfies you.
Oh, yes, yes. Thank you for your stories.
Yeah, thank you, Gadekar uncle. This was a very beautiful session from you. Thank you so much. Everybody is happy to have you. So we will see you again. Today is 21st. So on the September 4th is when we will be meeting all again for Gadekar uncle's next talk. And so I guess now everybody can unmute themselves.
Thank you again, Dr. Gadekar. Jai Baba.
Yeah.
Have a blessed day.
Jai Baba. Thank you
Thank
again.
you so much.
Jai Baba.
Jai Meher
Jai
Baba.
Meher Baba. Gadekar Kaka, Jai Meher Baba.
Jai Meher Baba.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So we'll say 3 times Avtar Meher Baba ki jai before we close this session.
Jai.
Avtar Meher
Jai
Baba.
Baba ki
Jai.
jai.
Okay.
Hari Para Mahatma Allahur Mast Gada Yezadan Hu Hari Para Matma Allah Ahuramast Gara Yezadanhu Hari Para Matma Allah Ahuramast Gara Yezadanhu Hari Para Matma Allah Ahuramast God Yezadan How about Welcome to My World? Can you play that?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of Baba's favorites.
Yeah.
And I bet Digambar, I bet he's heard this one, maybe in Baba's presence. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Miracles I get still happen now and then. Ooh, step into my heart. Leave your cares behind. Welcome to my world, built with you in mind. Knock and the door will open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you will be given the key to this world of mine. I'll be waiting here with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world. Knock and the door will open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you will be given the key to this world of mine. I'll be waiting here with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world.
Beautiful.
That's my version.
Oh,